Salakia. Back at it. This is just have to make this two-part. This will be part 2. And this is Baruch. Okay, it says this is Baruch 2:1. Therefore the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us and against our judges, and judged Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and the men of Judah. All right. Israel meaning the northern kingdom, and Judah is being Benjamin, Levi, and Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Jumping down to verse 4. Oh, and our kings and our judges. So all of Israel went into slavery according to this scripture. Verse 4 in Baruch 2:4. Moreover, he have delivered them to be in subjection to all kingdoms that are round about us, to be a reproach and a desolation among people round about, where the Lord hath scattered them. Okay, jump into verse 14. Hear our personal pronoun prayers, O Yahweh, our petitions, and deliver us for thine own sake, and give us favor in the sight of them which led us away, that all the earth may know that thou art Yahweh our power, because Israel and his posterity is called by thy name. Verse 16. O Yahweh, look down from thy holy house and consider us. Bow down thy ear, O Yahweh, to hear us. Verse 20. But thou hast sent out thy wrath and indignation upon us, and thou hast spoken by thy servants, the prophets. All right. By his servants, the prophets. John 15:16, Amos 3:7. All right. Verse 23. I will cause thee to cease out of the cities of Judah and from without Jerusalem the voice of mirth and the voice of joy and the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, and the whole land shall be desolate of inhabitants. And we've been pretty, basically mourning ever since. Jeremiah 14:2 speaks about the blackness of the Jews and how they're mourning, that they're black unto the ground, meaning they're, comparing them to the darkness of the dirt. Okay. All right. Question number 2. What nation represents Babylon today? What nation represents Babylon today? We'll read a couple scriptures. This is Revelation 18, 1-6. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit and cage, and every unclean hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundancies of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In a cup which she hath filled, fill unto her double. So that nation of Babylon, this new Babylon, his people is the Israelites. And how did they come out of her? By not worshiping her false Christianity. Because Christianity today, slave masters Christianity, which is still prevalent today, Calvinism, the Calvinists came with this, which is a bold-faced lie, which is the easiest and most simplest thing to prove that the Lord was not a so-called white man. But yet, when you bring that topic up, you receive all kind of hate and discontent for bringing out that truth, man. Why is that? Okay. Couple more scriptures. This is Baruch Going back into Baruch again. The 4th chapter, verse 35 and 36. For fire shall come down upon her from the everlasting, long to endure. She shall be inhabited of the devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh. Right? Because it's going to be joyful to watch Babylon burn, man. To watch it get destroyed. Because what it has done to the Israelites, man, who are waiting patiently to take the people who have benefited in Babylon and put them in chains, man. Okay? All right. So, let me see. Two more scriptures. This is Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. So, Jewish people, white Jewish people, whom the Bible clearly says that there is a group of people who were going to prescribe themselves, by Jacob's name, that the heritage of was going to be, Israel lost their heritage, okay, and someone else is going to be claiming it, and that in the end of days that was going to be revealed, okay. So when it says so the Israelites are still scattered among the nations, going back to the first questions. Those nations that are in Psalms 83, 1 through 6, who are they? All right. But it says back in Baruch 3 and 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, who departed from the Lord our power. Verses 4 and 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. See, Israelites were sold to the nations. James White, vocab. All right. Bonus question, number 2. You got 2 of them now. Show me the relics when white Jewish people were sold to the nations. Show me the relics when white Jewish people were in chains with yokes of iron around their necks and got put on auction blocks and sold to the 4 corners of the earth. Show me the evidence that they are the borrowers and not the lenders, because most of the banks are owned by white Jewish people. The biggest banks. Okay? The jewelry district. The pawn shops. They don't fit the prophecies, because you, James White, don't know the prophecies. Next question. Question number, question number 3 was Baruch 3 and 4. 3 and 8 and 4 and 6. So, that, and I just answered it. Ask you it. All right. To show me the relics of white Jewish people being sold to the 4 corners of the earth, being put on auction blocks with yokes of irons around their necks and in fetters of irons, being transported on ships. Produce them. 4th question. Why do Alpha Omega ministries and etc. other Christian organizations never address the Israelites sold into all the nations, then gathered up? I'll repeat the question. Why do Alpha Omega ministries, etc. other Christian organizations never address Israelites sold into all the nations and then being gathered up? All right? Because that's how the kingdom of heaven is ushered in according to the Bible. All right? So why do you never address that? All right? And I'm going to read a scripture. Because the Bible gives you testimony of itself, man. This is 1 John 5 and 10. He that believeth on the Son of Yahweh have witnessed in himself. He that believeth not Yahweh have made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that Yahweh gave to his Son. So the Lord gave you the record of what would happen to the Israelites, what the Israelites will look like, what his Son will look like, what he will look like, what the angels will look like. And when those things are brought out, you deny it as if it's not there. Why do you not address those things? So that question again is, why do Alpha Omega Industries, question number 4, Christian organizations, etc., never address the Israelites being sold into all nations and gathered up? That's how all the nations are going to get blessed, because the Israelites are there. I gave that one to you. But why do you never address it? Okay. Next question. Jeremiah 17:4. Please explain this one. Okay. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. and 4. All right. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For he have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever, which means a long time. Now, in Deuteronomy 28, it says you serving your enemies in a land you knew not. It says that in Deuteronomy as well. All right. But it says discontinue in heritage. Let's look up discontinue. Okay. Let's look up discontinue. Discontinuance. Discontinue. I'm looking to read them both. A breaking off, a state of being discontinued, interruption, intermission, cessation, end. Discontinue. Negative, to stop, cease doing, to put an end to, give up. To discontinue subscription to a magazine, to cease. All right, so if you have discontinued from your heritage, well, let's read heritage. Put those two words together, discontinue and heritage. All right. Heritage. Number 1, the chosen people of God. I'm going to put that one up to the camera. So the chosen people of God can discontinue from their heritage. So could you please tell us when the Jewish people discontinued from their heritage and then had to wake up while they were scattered to all the nations and wake up to who they were and declare who they were? Chosen people of God. I had to put that one up to the camera, man. Okay. And if you can't answer these, it will probably be it's going to mean one of two things. The Lord is not with you, and you should probably just stop making videos. All right. Question number 6. We're almost done. Okay. Romans 11:1. Okay. Because because it clearly says that the Lord did not forget his people. So let me get it, man. Let's get Romans 11:1. After the book of Acts there. Too far. Romans 11:1. Then, I say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. All right. Philippians 3:5 reconfirms that very fact. I got another precept that I'd like to read, and this is 2 Corinthians 11:2. All right. 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous of you with godly. Is that what I wanted? Let me read it again. Slack it. Yeah, that is what I wanted. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin. Okay? So that chaste virgin is speaking of the elect. The elect are only of the Israelites. So I'd like for you, my question is, when and where were God's people done away with and all the other people allowed to get their blessing? When there are plenty of scriptures that say to give not that crown, give not that crown away. Or, you give not that glory to another and things of that nature. So that's question number 6. And I'd like you to explain that. Okay. This is question number 7. All right. 7 for completion. Okay. Please explain Ezekiel 37 in detail. All right. Okay. Please explain Ezekiel 37 in detail. All right. About the northern and the southern kingdom. Because the kingdom of heaven can't come together until the 12 tribes wake up and come back together. Okay. So explain who and where these people are. Okay. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.